Hi, this is Stacy from Gooseberry Bridge Farm. It's starting to rain. This rain is supposed to change over to snow, and I'm just going to do a quick walk around. There's one of our bunnies around the farm and make sure that everything is ready for up to a foot of snow. So that means I need to get I need to make sure there's a broom in the greenhouse that we can use to knock snow off the greenhouse. I want to make sure the rabbits and quail all have some hay and a place to stay dry in case the snow blows. I'm going to check on a few other things, so I'll bring you with me. Okay, so these rabbits are in tractors. This one is supposed to have a bucket. She doesn't. There's ice in there. His bucket is upright, so see, my children take care of these rabbits. So oh, there's her bucket. I just need to put that back in there. I am gonna get them out here. This garden is all torn up right now since it's winter. I also wanted to get the greenhouse closed up because unlike rain, snow can kind of end up inside. This is all where we moved a rabbit hutch, letting these things. We don't have anything growing in our cold frame right now, but I need to get a staple gun or something out here to reattach this piece of plastic. I want to get that closed. There's a window there that's open. There's nothing in the greenhouse right now, but I don't want it all to get wet from melting snow. It's kind of a mess. And there's this piece that needs to be patched. So I just need to get out the staple gun and some plastic. Oh, we've got sheep and pigs over here. They're staring at us. The sheep and the dog anyway. I don't know where the pigs are. I can hear them. Let's see if we can sneak up on the pigs. They're snoring. Pile. But also you can see where they kind of pushed all of their bedding outside and they're just on bare wood in there. So I need to get the kids to add some bedding for the pigs. If you're looking for a cheap, temporary, not so temporary storage solution to keep your stuff out of your greenhouse, this works really well. It's from Harbor Freight and it was just a couple $100. It's huge too. You can fit a whole car in there. Let's walk over to the other greenhouse. Okay, this greenhouse has perfectly good plastic and windows. There's some windows open, so I'm actually gonna close them now. Just these on the sides. I'm gonna have to have two hands to close that one. I think my broom might be in there. I've got all the other side vents closed. Oh, except for that one. But everything that's in here is fine with these temperatures. But you can see that slight dent on the roof right there. This is a cattle panel arch. And a couple years ago, we got a big snow and it buckled the cattle panel right there. So we are a lot more careful now about snow. If we get more than about 4 inches stuck to the greenhouse, the weight is too much. So we'll be out here with the broom, just kind of knocking it off. So the thing that sucks about this snow is that it's supposed to come overnight. So we have to wake up in the night. Yay. All right, I'm coming inside now. This has been recently cleaned up. That's a trash pile, a bike trailer I'm trying to give away. The seed starting area is all set and ready to go for spring, we will be starting seeds in here in about a week. And so this is our dirt all ready to go. I usually put the seed trays directly on the ground, especially the early ones, because the heat from the ground will help keep them warm. And I do have tools and trays and all of the seed starting stuff in here. My refills are in the other greenhouse. I'm also overwintering all of these plants in here. These pots here with the tags are hydrangeas. All of these in the middle are blackberries from where we cleared space for our new greenhouse. Will be over next to this one. I'll show you that in a second. And we also have some peonies that I just never, and some mums. Peonies I just never got planted last year. They lived all year in the pots, so now they're still in the pots, and I just stuck them in here to give them a little extra. And then there's a few other miscellaneous things like these. This is my wormwood. I'm just trying to kind of baby it to give it a head start for next year because it usually dies back in the cold. It is mulched with matted Angora fur that we had sitting around in wool. This is rabbit wool, but sheep wool or rabbit wool or alpaca or whatever you have, any of the discarded wool makes awesome mulch. Anyway, we've also got a few shrubs back there. They could all handle being outside, but they're not. And let's see, I've got just a couple plants in this tray. Most of that died. In this early spring when my hose is frequently frozen, I fill up all those milk jugs with water and keep them in here to water the seedlings. I've got my double stroller over here that I use more like a wagon at this point. You can put plants in it, and it looks like everything is closed up in here. I'm looking for my broom though, and I don't see it. All right, found another broom. Put it in the greenhouse. It's a nice indoor broom, but it will work better for this job. Okay, well, that broom will work better for knocking off snow on the greenhouse. It's soft and wider. I don't have a like a big wide push broom, but those are heavier anyway, so this will work. We're gonna think of it as fun, I guess, and I'll try to show you what that's like tonight. While we're out here in the rain, I'll show you this little bed right here. This is all perennial herbs. They look horrible, I see that, but I want to show you how they are still doing well. And I left all this dead stuff on top because it's actually protecting them, and then the snow we get will help protect them even further. But like this green down here, let's see if I can get it to focus. This is lemon balm. It's all coming back. This section here, which has some weedy grass over it, which again I left it from the winter to protect it. That's all oregano, which should be fine without that, but I wanted to give it that added protection. In this section, there's some right here. This is bee balm coming back at the roots. This is sage. It is, I don't know, there's no new growth on it, but I'm not worried about it. This little section that looks empty is chives. You can see some popping up right here. It looks kind of like grass. Then there's some yarrow, and this is all a couple of different kinds of mint. And I'm actually kind of surprised that there's no growth at all on the mint at this point, but I'm sure it will be back. All right, well, there's the snow. It is midnight, and I'm going out to see if I need to knock any snow off the greenhouse. I don't think we've actually had that much now, or yet, but it's midnight. Isn't this cool? All the light. I mean, all I have is the porch light on, and the snow is so reflective that I can film in the dark. So there's the greenhouse up there. I bet when I get around the corner it's gonna get darker, but we'll see. It doesn't look too bad. All right, I'm turning on the flash now. Let's see if I can show you this on here. It is worse than it looked. I'm glad I am out here. There's probably, I don't know, a couple inches, but you can see the dip that I was showing you earlier. But it's pretty easy to knock it off, but I'm gonna do it two-handed, and I'll show you when I'm done. All right, this side is done, except that place in the middle that I can't reach. It is really snowing. This isn't, it's hard to get on camera with the flash and the snowflakes, but yeah, it's crazy. Wish I could show you guys a little better. I'm gonna go inside the greenhouse for a minute and see how it's looking. You can see, okay, you can't see, but I can see where it is bowing just a bit right here under the weight. I'm gonna try to push some of it from in here, but I think I'm gonna have to go outside. Yeah, it doesn't come off at all. With a regular greenhouse, without the cattle panels under here, you can push it off from the inside, which would be much more pleasant, but I can't do that. I'm gonna go outside and do the other side. You can also kind of see where I couldn't get to up here. I can get a little of that to fall down. Maybe I'll be in here for trying to get some of this because I want to get every bit of weight off I can. I guess having a collapsed greenhouse would be worse, so. Okay, I went around and cleaned off the other side, and there's already a good layer of snow back on this side, so that's fun. This is just, I don't know, if you're in an area that gets lots of wet snow, this won't impress you, but this is baling twine right here. That's all. This is baling twine. And it's just covered in inches of snow. It's crazy. Okay, we're headed back to the shed to see how bad the snow is on the roof there, and also the also I'm slipping in the snow. Greenhouse over here. This greenhouse is a lot more of an arch, steeper arch. You see how it builds up, but then it just falls off on its own. So this one I'm not too worried about. We did get the whole patch though. Oh, it's a sheep. All right, I'm headed to the shed. I'm gonna try without the flash again, see if it'll focus. See if we can see who's over here. There's Maple and her 2 rams. I bet the piglets are all in their house. Again, this doesn't look so bad, but I bet it is pretty heavy on this plastic shed. All right, this is quite the workout for midnight, but I got most of the snow off the shed. Oh, there we go, cat. I know this video quality sucks, but it's so cool to be outside filming with no supplemental light at midnight. It's probably later than that now. I came outside at midnight, but I've been knocking snow off greenhouses for a bit now. Okay, this is officially my favorite kind of snow. Also the least favorite, but also my favorite. All right, I'm back to the porch, covered in snow. I mean, my coat's okay, but I wore sweatpants. That was a bad idea. I'm gonna go back inside, go to bed. Downside to this snow, it's 4:30-ish in the morning. We have a big limb down in our yard. I mean, big for this small plum tree. It's kind of sad. I'm out here for the, 4:30 a.m. greenhouse check after basically no sleep at all. Because when I got back in earlier, that settled down and the power went off. Oh, and now there's wind, so I'm gonna get the greenhouse cleared off and go back to sleep. At least it's not snowing anymore, so I don't have to worry about getting up again. Standing up on the porch now, you can see another big limb down. So it doesn't look like it's all the way down, it's just touching the ground, but that seems pretty bad for these giant trees in our yard. So It'll be interesting to see what else is going on in the daylight. The wind is picked up just a touch, so you can see the trees moving. You'd think that would help, like knock some of the snow off, but it's not helping. The snow is so wet and sticky, it's just stuck. All right, well, it's morning. I'm walking around. I'm up on our driveway now. This pasture is where our donkeys and adult pigs are. And I'm just kind of checking on things. And Rocky. See Rocky the Pyrenees. He looks a little muddy. This was honestly more pleasant in the dark. It's quite bright out here in the daytime. But I'm just coming out to check on everything. A lot of the snow, like that was on this fence last night, and all that has blown off. You can see where I cleared the greenhouse last night. My big, I don't know, this doesn't do it justice. There's quite a large pile of snow here that I got off the greenhouse, but it all looks good. Oh, they're plowing our street. You can hear that. I was just down there. So yeah, the buckle doesn't look any worse. Everything's good. I would like it to not do this again because that was exhausting. The power went off at like 2. I think I mentioned that when I was out here, but in case I didn't, I'll say it again. And I basically just didn't get any sleep at all. So I'm too old for that. This is not pleasant. The garden's all covered in snow. Snow is supposed to be really good for soil. So I do like that aspect of this. It'll help. Everybody always says it helps the hay fields, that it is higher in nitrogen than just rain. I don't know. I don't know the science behind any of that. But it sounds, can't hurt. Can't hurt anything because, except for the flooding. But this will probably not cause anything major. You can see the small greenhouse now better in the daytime, where we patched the hole. This is the north end, so we really don't need plastic on this end. So we just patched this spot that was torn up with this, what is this called? It's wood. It is wood. OSB. It's the stuff they put on the side of houses when they're building them under the siding. So the blue side is pretty weatherproof. The other side, it's not, but it's the other side. So if we have to keep doing that, this one has like plastic just stapled over a broken spot, but it's not, it's all good. But if we have to patch any more of the north end of this, I'm planning to just do it with that wood. And then we also tack down that piece so it's stable. All the plastic that's hanging in here is from the original. We used the wrong kind of plastic when we first built this greenhouse. But so now I just still have to clean this, but that is a project for another day, not a snow day project. I don't really want to walk through the garden because no one else has. There's Maple and the sheep. Looks like the lambs are in there with her. And the piglets. It is kind of interesting how these cedar trees protect from this kind of snow. They don't really with the wet or the dry snow, but this is all clear under here. So like if we had cows or something that were out in a field with no barn, like lots of people do these around here. Anyway, if they have cedar trees, which are like everywhere here, we have tons of them on our property. Most of them are not this big. These are absolutely massive, but they create like their own kind of shelter, especially once you get the wet snow on them. It's even more kind of protected. It's also totally sitting on the roof of that house. That's a bit much. Usually that's not even touching the roof, but it doesn't look broken. So I think there's just a branch laying on the roof, and it'll just probably pop back up once the snow melts. The pigs can hear me now. Because of the lack of wind, I'm slipping again. The rabbit hutch has also stayed completely dry inside, so that was good. I was a little concerned about that. If it was dry blowing snow like we had last time, that would have been harder to keep out of there. Oh my goodness, what have my children been? Oh, and this is our water hose. Gonna have to get that out of there before it refreezes. They made a brick wall. How cool. Our other big tree limb that I tried to show you last night. Oh, and there's a snow animal. Is that a snow cat? That is a snow cat. How cute. Anyway, this tree branch broken off up here. That tree branch was split actually in the bigger part. It's hard to see it. Right here it's split. So, and it's broken off before. It's actually, I don't know, you can't really tell how big these trees are, but they're big. It's too high for us to get up there and trim it. This is our outdoor kitchen. Oh, you can see the snow sliding off our roof. It really is just barely cold enough to keep it from melting, and then add a little bit of wind to that and it's coming down. Anyway, our outdoor kitchen progress, this was a railing, and then we're building up and putting on a roof. Eventually we'll make a big screened in porch there. Anyway, we're gonna be doing a whole video about our outdoor kitchen, so stay tuned for that.